Howdy everyone. My name is Jonathan Lee, and I'm a business management major with a minor in music, and I'm hoping to one day enter a managerial role in a company. One of my favorite childhood memories is I and some friends used to rollerblade down the street at our old house in California, which is really fun. I have some fun memories of that time. Well, something that really surprised me in Chapter 4 of the American Yawp was how extreme religious revivalism sometimes became during the Great Awakening. We usually hear about this period as a positive spiritual movement, particularly as it comes to Jonathan Edwards. But the chapter shows another side of that I've not really heard before, which was interesting. Jonathan Edwards' main goal, it seems, was to wake up people spiritually because they believed they had grown too comfortable with their faith, not searching their souls, but merely chasing works, as it said. But the reaction to his sermons seemingly went beyond just the revivalism of faith. The text explains that people in his congregation began experiencing violent physical responses like convulsions and spasms, and that these reactions seemed to spread to about half of the 600 people in the church. That was surprising me because it shows how it was a movement that seemed to spread throughout the congregation, and the fact it was violent makes me wonder what was the thought was really causing all of that, but I'm not sure. What was actually more disturbing, however, was how revivalism became more experimental and wild with some of the traveling preachers. One prominent example was James Davenport. According to the chapter, he claimed to have special knowledge from God and encouraged followers to do things like dance naked in circles at night or burn books he disapproved of. Reading that felt shocking because I've always thought of and heard of positive effects and actions of that moment, the revival, and never heard of some more of the negative repercussions such as that story. The American Yawp then says that reaction was common back then too, of kind of being like, what's all this weird behavior, which started to divide communities. The chapter talks about the split between new lights and old lights, those who supported the new revival and those who denounced it, respectively. In conclusion, what stood out to me the most is how quickly something meant to renew faith turned extreme. Chapter 4 seems to show that the Great Awakening wasn't just about religion per se, but also how people could misunderstand, mislead, or just misuse the newly inspired vigor in religious communities and circles. Well, that's what made this section both interesting and occasionally disturbing for me. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing some of your responses and to meeting y'all. Hope you have a good first week.